Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 126 of the Hunt-A-Day. Today, as promised, we are fighting Barioth, and I feel kind of guilty. I feel like I could have taken it a little easier on him today. I kind of bullied him. I feel kind of bad after this one. I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. I think a lot of it, though, comes down to the fact that I have hunted Barioth so much that it has become just kind of a science to me. And the big reason for that is I love Barioth. Of the Pseudo-Wyvern trio, which, now that I think about it, is really funny that they are, like, clumped together as a trio because none of them were introduced in the same game. You had Tigrex in Monster Hunter Freedom 2, or Monster Hunter Dose. I don't know if he was in Dose. I would have to do some looking on that. But yeah, you know, Tigrex in Monster Hunter Freedom 2 or Dose, whichever one he was in. Nargacuga in Freedom Unite as the flagship, and then Barioth in Monster Hunter Tri. This, like, trio that seems almost, like, perfectly designed to, like, be kind of a similar triangle to the Kushala Daora Teostra Chameleos Elder Dragon trio, but for Pseudo-Wyverns, came out in completely different games, and I think that's really interesting, and I never really thought of that until I was sitting down to record this audio today. But I absolutely love Barioth. Barioth was my first favorite monster. Back when I got back into the Monster Hunter series, just as like a brief aside, I played Monster Hunter Freedom 1 on the PlayStation Portable, the PSP, and then I kind of fell off the series for a while. I didn't have any friends who played, and those games you really needed friends to play with, or else they just kind of slogged. And then when I was in college, I got back into the series with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and that's when I really, like, fell in love. And because of that, I have kind of a bias towards third-gen monsters. You know, a lot of my favorites are from that generation. With some new ones making up the top 5 recently. I might do a little video on that, just a short one. But from the moment I fought Barioth, I absolutely loved it. And I liked it better than Nargacuga and Tigrex. In part because it does more, and usually I really like the just like raw physical attack monsters, but I feel like Barioth balances what it does elementally with its physical attacks really well. And like I mentioned yesterday, Nargacuga is speed, Tigrex is power, and Barioth is like technical, tactical attacks. Barioth will try to get behind you, he will like jump and pounce at you after freezing you with a tornado. He will shoot these, like, ice wind gales at you that will send you flying and then do big follow-up attacks with that. His attack pattern is very interesting, and he can be kind of hard to read at times if you're not used to everything he can throw at you. The way they balance that is literally with balance. The way that you deal with Barioth in every generation of Monster Hunter is you break his wings. He uses those wings as, like, ways to keep himself balanced and steady, and when you break both of his wings, you'll see it in this fight, because I do it fairly early, he stumbles, he falls over, he cannot move as gracefully and, like, dance on the wind like he could before. And it makes the fight so much easier, and I don't think Tigrex or Nargacuga have that to the same degree as Barioth does. I think Capcom kind of knows that Barioth is the tougher monster of the three, and put that balance in to keep people from getting too salty. Not that it helped much, because I know back when Iceborne came out, Barioth was a wall for people, and I definitely understand why, but I still love him. I love his, like, saber-tooth cat face. He's got, like, I don't know, because, you know, Tigrex is obviously, like, kind of inspired by, like, a tiger and a T-Rex. Who'da thunk? Nargacuga is very panther-like, and then you have Barioth, who I almost want to say has, like, a leopardy face, but it's like a draconic, like, leopard turtle-looking face. It has almost, like, a beak to it. He's a really weird one to describe. Definitely cat-like. Yeah, it's hard to say exactly what, like, design-wise animal he's based off of, but I love him. The big saber-tooth cat claws the big saber-tooth cat fangs are awesome. I love the coloration on them, even if someone pointed out to me a while back when I was playing Iceborne with them that they're like candy corn, and that kind of hurt to realize, but I still think they look really fun, really cool. And then he has, who I'm going to talk about tomorrow for sure, because I'm in a Barioth mood, the coolest subspecies variant version of it, Frostfang Barioth, who is such a fun fight, and I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Design-wise, I really like the color palette. The whites with the pops of orange and yellow on the spikes really help them stand out and help you know, oh, those I gotta watch for. Even if he doesn't do the fangs are very cool, but he doesn't do much with them. He doesn't do a whole lot of bite attacks. He mostly does spins and uses his mouth more for breathing out ice than for biting, which you would think something with prominent claws like that, or why do I keep saying claws? Prominent fangs like that, you'd think they would be used more in combat. I think that's maybe my one big critique with Barioth's fight, is the fangs should be used more. This fight went short today, so I am in danger of running out of recording time, so I'm going to wrap things up pretty quick here by saying that I want to see Barioth again. I want to see Barioth in every Monster Hunter game. I want him to replace Diablos as the never-takes-a-break monster. But again, I don't know, because I am spoiler-free on Monster Hunter Wilds. Everything past the release date trailer, so the last biome I know about is the flooded Scarlet Forest. So I don't know if there is a predominantly ice-based area. If there is, I would love to see Barioth in it, but because I don't know for sure, I have to put Barioth kind of lower middle of the road for being in Monster Hunter Wilds, just because it was in both World, Rise, and I don't know if there is an ice biome. I assume there's gotta be, because you can't just not have ice monsters in a game where that is one of the main 5 elements. But again, because it was in World already, it was in Rise already, as much as I would love to see it not take a break, I think it might. So I'm gonna give it very similar to what I gave Tigrex, a 3 out of 10 to return in Monster Hunter Wilds. I think it has a higher chance if there's an ice biome, but if not, I think he's gonna be gone. And he is part of a trio that features a flagship, so there is no chance he is not appearing in a future game. 10 out of 10. 31 days left until Wilds, gang. 31 days until it's in our hands. Oh, it's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stick around until the end of the hunt if you can. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.